Let us taunt it. It may become so cross that it will make a mistake.
TK-421, why aren't you at your post? TK-421, do you copy?
We'd better not risk another frontal assault. That rabbit's dynamite.
Hello, this is Sir TK, the 421st, leaving my post to bring you a guide. Alright everybody, I figured that since it's getting, relatively close to early access and whatnot, I figured that I would, I'll throw together another beginner's guide to Galahad 3093. So far, I've done one of these occasionally here and there throughout the beta test and whatnot, so I figure it's about time I did another one. For those of you that don't know, Galahad 3093 is a mech-based battle arena that is going to be for up to 32 players in a match, which means 16 players per team, if I remember correctly. And it's all based on King Arthur and the lore around King Arthur and whatnot, and get to control lances and equip knights on them and modify them with various different mods and whatnot, which we'll get into later. But if you're wondering where you can actually get the game from, it's available right now on Steam. It's going to be going into early access as of September 1st coming up here this year. And right now it's only available in beta access, and I'm not sure if they're going to be having any more beta weekends between now and the 1st, but hopefully they have at least one more or something. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, there is going to be one more player wipe for progress coming up before September 1st, so I haven't really been doing a lot in the game, but yeah, anyway, in the description there is a link to the Steam store page. If you have an account, just click on that and go ahead and try grabbing it there and whatnot. And if you don't, you'll have to probably create a Steam account and install Steam and whatnot, and then you can probably grab it there too. Like I says, it's going to be going into early access as of September 1st, and yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be doing any more beta weekends between now and then, so hopefully you can grab a copy of it and at least try it out and whatnot before it hits early access or whatnot. Anyway, that's about it for this section of the video. The next section that I will be covering is what do you do after you've got Galahad downloaded and installed, so stick around. Alright everybody, and I'm back, and you might be wondering, well, how do I get to all of the wonderful mech stuff that there is in Galahad, such as lances and the variants and equipping them and starting to get them set up for your gameplay and whatnot. But before we can actually do that, normally the armory is locked here, but because I've already gone through done a bunch of stuff and whatnot, it is unlocked for me. But for those of you that are just starting, what you'll have to do is you'll have to go through the tutorial, which is what we're going to actually do right now. And to do that, you just click on the play up there, and then you just click on tutorial. I think you can use the play button on the first screen there too, but anyway, this is the area that we're going to be working in for the tutorial here, and as you can see, all we can really do is click in one spot to deploy your lance, so let's just go ahead and do that.
Executing lance deploy sequence.
Well, once you get down on the ground and stuff like that, you'll find out that you have both first person and third person. And you can also scroll in and out, in and stuff like that to get back into first person. I prefer using the third person mode for walking around maps and whatnot, and first person for getting into fights and whatnot. It seems to work a little bit better for that. And we've got your normal controls from left and right and backwards and forwards, so we're just going to walk on over here. Now that we've got that checkpoint, we learn how to use our skim jets by using the left shift button, and that allows us to, travel a little bit faster. And next we learn how to shoot, and we've got a left weapon here, which is an energy machine gun. They're really handy for getting rid of shields. And then on the other side we've got the kinetic machine gun, which works really well for armor and whatnot. You can reload by hitting the R button. And let's just go on over here. And here we have an ability that we call the jump jet, and it allows you to get up to rather high places or all over the map whenever you need to and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and use the jump jets. And it just sends you flying rocket style up to wherever you're pointing to and stuff like that. And over here is what is called a turbo pad, and when you step on it, it charges you up to full and overcharges you. And let's just hop on over here towards this beacon where it's telling us to go. And to capture beacons, you pretty much just stand right beside them. As you can see, the progress is slowly winding up on it, and we've now captured the beacon. And over here we have an enemy, and you find out that you've got binoculars type of thing, which you can use by pressing a button. And then you can use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out, and you can actually zoom in pretty far with them. And we also have secondary weapons that we can use. And to activate those, you just hold down a button, and then you can fire using the right and left mouse button like you would with the regular weapons. These are what I think are called the Draconids. They work quite well and stuff like that. And every knight has an ability, and to use it, you just press and hold the button. And this one is a orbital strike call down type of thing that you can use. There's other ones you can get, like shield domes and all sorts of good stuff that you can mess around with and stuff. And next we go on over to this place over here, and this is what I like to refer to as a common beacon area. I'm just going to stop right here for a minute to explain a few things here to y'all. And this is a map of the overall beacon area and whatnot. I think it'd be kind of cool if they put like another base over here that's occupied by the Reds and whatnot, and let you, mess around a little bit more and stuff like that, try and defend and whatnot. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked.
Special ready.
Anyway, as you can see, there are a bunch of markers here. These ones represent shield generators. This one here is marked with A is the actual beacon itself for the base. And each base usually has about 4 generators. There's one here, one here, one here, and one over here. And this little wrench icon here is a repair station, which I'll show you where that is in a moment. Like I says, this is pretty much a typical beacon area. Maps for regular match play and whatnot usually have anywhere from 2 to 3 beacon areas in them. So it kind of gives you an idea of how big the actual maps are for playing on, which is kind of cool. I like really, really big maps. Anyway, we're just going to come on over here and check out a few things and whatnot. And first of all, over here we've got a building, and inside the building we have what is a broken down generator. This one is occupied by the Reds at the moment, but we'll be changing that here. I'm just taking you through so you can see a bunch of the stuff before we actually start getting into stuff. Right now this is probably the best time to look around the map and whatnot, get used to it and whatnot, because there's no actual enemies on the screen right now, or on the map. And right here we have the repair pads that I had mentioned earlier, and to use them, I can't use it right now because it's occupied by the Red, but you usually just stand on them and a little beam comes out, heals you, and then off you go. And up here we have another beacon, well, not beacon, but a generator. for the beacon area, and over there we have a turret, and it's destroyed. And over there's the other beacon over there, or the generator, sorry. I gotta get used to that. Keep thinking of generators as beacons for some reason. And up there, there is another turret. That one is also destroyed and whatnot. But in order to, you know, capture a beacon area, let's just head on over to the beacon here and check it out. And to try and capture the beacon, you just gotta stand by it like we did with the spawn beacon back there. But apparently we cannot capture this one, because if you look, you can see that there is one generator that is still half full of energy and still working. So we will have to come over here, and we also learn how we can, you know, shoot the generators to destroy them and whatnot, and we also learn how we can deploy deployables. So let's just go ahead and deploy one here, and that just popped out a little turret there that's just gonna, you know, sit there and shoot at it. We can toss out another one here, or we can toss another one here. There is a time limit on them, but we'll just back off here. And we'll use the secondary weapons here to fire off at that. And then once it's destroyed, we should be able to go and capture the beacon. And one new thing that they added in is a friendly lance that you know, will help you shoot stuff and whatnot. The only problem I've seen is that the friendly lance doesn't actually respawn or anything like that, but something that they gotta work on or something. And now we've got the base captured, and I'm just gonna stay here for a moment so that I can take you through some of the combat. And now there should be a few you know, red robots and whatnot spawn and stuff like that we can take care of. Let's just head over here. And there's that beacon that was, or the generator that was destroyed. It's down on some health, so we'll just go and stand beside it, and all you gotta do is just look at it, and you have a healing beam that pops out and starts to heal the generator. The healing ability also works on turrets and friendly lances, so you can heal your allies if they stand still enough. I'd show you on the friendly Daffy that's running around here that they very rarely tend to stay still, so you can, you know, heal them and whatnot. And here's the repair station under our control. We aren't low on any health or anything, so it won't activate, but you know, pretty much just stand there. And here we've got a, well, we decided to take off. We have an, oh, there's the friendly lance, so let's just see if we can get him to stand still long enough for us to heal him. Stay alive, little buddy. There we go. It's rather hard to heal allies, but you know, once you get the hang of it, you can heal them fairly good and stuff. You can ping enemies by, which gives you extra damage done to them and whatnot. And we got this generator over here, which looks like it needs some health. So let's go over and start repairing that here. And as you can see, the generator slowly heals up and whatnot. And as you can see, it does take a while to heal, but you know, you get mods and whatnot later on that can speed up the healing process and whatnot. I'm just going to wait until this one's about half full and then I'll take off. And like I says, there is damage that you take, and if you want to heal from damage, you just have to find a repair pad station like this and just stand on it like this. And it heals you pretty quick. And let's see if we can find some more guys to shoot. Oh, there's one over there. This is where I like the ability to switch between first and third person view. It helps you out for when you're wanting to switch and stuff like that. I find it works a little bit easier for aiming and whatnot than third person view. Looks like you can still get hung up on some areas here. It's a good tactic for escaping, is just jump jetting up somewhere real high so that you can get away from somebody who's shooting you. You ran away. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much about it for this part and whatnot. You know, obviously sitting here and play around for a bit, practicing, you know, generator healing, traversing the maps and whatnot, getting up to higher places and whatnot. But yeah, other than that, not too terribly much to talk about in here. So I think that I'm just going to end this part of the video right here, and I will I'll probably be back right away here with the next part of the video, which is going to be the Armory and the various different lance types and lance variants and stuff like that, so stick around. Alright everyone, and I'm back, and once you're done the tutorial, you will have access to the Armory, and once you're in the Armory and whatnot, you'll have various different stuff that you can take a look at. And over here on the left hand side of the screen we have the lance types, which are the light, the medium, the heavy, and the super heavy. And I'll get into each one of these in a little bit more detail a little later on in another video, but for now, each lance has its own list of variants that it can go through and unlock and whatnot. I've already unlocked a few of them here. These ones here, the Jaguar and the Condor, are unlocked by default at the beginning when you start, and the only real difference between the two is the type of modules and how they level up and whatnot, but anyway, that's a little bit besides the point. Anyway, to unlock variants and whatnot, you have prerequisites that you have to complete. Like for this one, you need the Jaguar Mark II, and the other requirement is that you need to win 5 qualified matches. In case you're wondering what a qualified match is, it's a regular match that you're playing where there's at least 6 other real players in the match. The reason why they're doing that is because right now there's Daffies that fill in, and Daffies are pretty much just, you know, AI combatants and whatnot. So, in order to, you know, sort of promote more gameplay and whatnot, they've got qualified matches and whatnot. And other ones have other qualifications or prerequisites that you need, like unlocking modules, or using weapons, or destroying other enemy lances, stuff like that. And each lance has 2 primary weapons. There's a quick look at the list of weapons that there are available for primary weapons. I'll go into some of them at a later date in other videos and whatnot. For now I'm just running the Phalanx rocket pods. I kind of like these. They work really good for beacon matches and whatnot, just because they help destroy generators quite a bit quickly, because they do extra damage to structural stuff like generators and base turrets. And each lance has the ability to equip 2 secondary weapons, which are fired off by holding down a button, and then you've got access to those, unless they're like the recurves here, which are automatic weapons that fire automatically but take time to target and whatnot. And here's a quick list of all the secondary weapons that they have right now. I think they're planning to put in more weapons and stuff like that at a later date or something, but that's pretty cool and whatnot. And you also get deployables. This one here is an attack drone which flies around and shoots at people. This one here is spawn beacon, regular turrets. Well, this one's an energy turret, but yeah, they've got kinetic turret, hounds which are rolling explosives, caltrops, and Spartan shields and stuff too. And if you'll notice, each of the weapons has an ability slot, mod slot actually, sorry. And each weapon has its own private pool of mods that you can upgrade and whatnot. I haven't started upgrading any on these because I kind of just like the phalanx as it is without any modifications. And same with the secondary weapons, they've got their own list of abilities and whatnot that are mods that you can equip and whatnot. And same with deployables. They have their own list of mods that you can equip. And then down here you have the lance mods themselves. There is offensive, defensive, mobility, sensors, utility, and universal slots. Not all of the lance variants have universal slots, but most of them pretty much have all of these 5 basic ones here of offense, defense, mobility, sensors, and utility. Each different selection has its own list of mods for offensive mods, defensive mods, mobility mods, and whatnot. The universals can pretty much use any of the mods that are available in the mod selection here, and there's quite a list of mods that you can actually get, to help tweak various different things on your lance and whatnot, and your weapons and stuff like that. I'm not going to be going too in-depth on any of these, but just for a quick note, any of the ones that you see here are pretty much ones that I think are pretty much good basic ones to have to start with in the game and whatnot. This one gives you like extra ammo capacity, this one gives you regeneration on defense, or hit points when your shield is full. And this one gives you speed increase, this one gives you better jump jets, and this one's like map stuff, highlights other lances on the map within certain meters and stuff like that. And these two here I think are actually fairly good ones for anyone just starting out the game to have. This one is coordinated defenses. Gives you 65% reduction to damage taken from allies, and yes, there is friendly fire that you can take. And you can also do damage to yourself with explosives, so this one also gives you a 12% reduction to self-damage. And as you actually increase the tier on these, you get better bonuses from them and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they're kind of the better ones to have when first starting out, so you don't take as much damage from allies and don't do as much damage to allies. And that's yeah, pretty much about that. They've got a lance paint shop here where you can customize your lance to look pretty much however much you want or whatever. You can also pan around it and stuff like that to take a look at it from various different angles and stuff like that. Looks pretty good if you ask me. And one other thing to talk about here is the knights. There is a list of knights down here at the bottom, and they all have different abilities. Like for example, Arthur here has an Excalibur orbital strike that he can call in. And each one has a passive. Arthur's passive is pinged targets. That's whenever you, target lock them and whatnot. They suffer from an additional 10 damage from, or 10% damage from all sources. And other ones like Morgan that have invisibility and can't be detected on radar.
Fastest knight at the table.
Or ones like Nim here that give you bonuses to speed and whatnot when you use their ability, and double jump for a lance and whatnot.
Ready to claim what's mine.
There's Owain here. He's got an energy pulse that he sends out that damages things and whatnot. He also takes less damage when more enemy lances are in the vicinity or whatnot.
My time is precious.
This one I tend to use the most because I kind of like the shield dome that Gwen has, and that throws up a nice big shield dome that protects you from enemy fire for about 20 seconds. And she also helps out for capturing base beacons, spawn points, and supply caches, because she counts for 2 lances when capturing a spawn point or something like that. It comes in handy with the base assault, because then you can only have to take out like 3 generators, and then you can start capturing the base without having to actually take out that 4th generator, which can sometimes be tricky to find.
Is that fear?
And there's Mordred here, and he's got a teleport ability and a teleport cooldown reduction by 10 seconds for every kill he makes. And there's Kay here. He's got an afterburn where when you activate the ability, he runs around and leaves a trail of fire behind him and whatnot. And his ability is to, his passive ability is that people can't actually heal themselves for 10 seconds if they're caught on fire by the incendiary damage.
Let's not waste any more time.
And last but not least, there is Izzy here, and she's got a katana that she throws out that can actually capture a spawn point, and she can hack enemy deployables such as turrets or drones and whatnot, and they then follow her and whatnot. And that's pretty much it for the knights and lance variances and stuff like that. I'll take you through some of the variants on the mediums, the heavies, and the super heavies at a later date and whatnot, but the variant system is pretty much set up the same for all of the different lance classes and whatnot, so the same pretty much applies from the light all the way up to the super heavy. And there is one more thing that you can do before you run out and start taking place in ranked matches and qualified matches and whatnot, and that's the practice, which I will actually go through in another video here, part 2, because that'll take me a little bit more time to explain, and I've already gone on quite a bit for this video, so I think that I will just end it here, and I will probably end up recording part 2 here fairly soon and get that uploaded for y'all to check out here in the next day or so and whatnot. But for now, anyway, that concludes this part of my guide to starting Galahad 3093. So take care, stay safe, and have fun.
I warned you, but did you listen to me? Oh, no, you knew it all, didn't you? Oh, it's just a harmless little bunny, isn't it?